Hello everyone, welcome back to Dwarf Fortress. Not been away for very long, but it is time to create a new fortress. And yeah, this is a map that I generated using DF Perfect World. I'll remember the name of what that's called one of these days. But basically, I fiddled with the settings and the temperature settings specifically to make a world with lots of cold places, because I wanted a glacier to embark on, and there is one somewhere. I did pick a site, if I can remember where it is. Okay. I think, is it? No, that wasn't it. But it did stick out just like that. I will find it, I think. Possibly to the north here. Is it this one? Yes, this exact place here. I picked it because it is a glacier. It is untamed wilds and obviously freezing. There's a little bit of a mountain biome there. Again, with no trees or vegetation on it, so that's nice. And yeah, we got shallow metal, deep metal, and flux-stone. Now, I'm just gonna hope to God that that shallow metal is iron, because yeah, that would be phenomenal if I had flux-stone and iron. And there's no aquifer, so we're going to embark there. And I'm going to set some restrictions on myself. I'm going to forego food production, I think, because if you embark on a glacier, there is an easy mode way of doing things, and that is to just dig down into the caverns where, it's just, there's trees aplenty, lots of plants, lots of soil to plant things on, so that would just negate the challenge of it being a glacier, I think. So I think that I'm going to not do any farming or any real food production. I may at some point build a kitchen to turn raw food into meals, maybe. But all the food that we produce, that we need rather, will actually have to be bought from the caravan. So that's the restriction. And I also want to build an ice castle. I've turned the population cap down to about 50. I think that's the only way this is going to be at all manageable. And I've also restricted births to about 20% of the adult population, something like that. So we shouldn't have too many children sucking up all the resources. But yeah, we'll prepare for this carefully. So I do want to build an ice castle, so like an above ground structure with workshops in it. I'm not sure what kind of design I will go with straight away, but we'll want a couple of masons. I should probably look at the guys first. I'm sure that I can do this. Here we go. I have to move back across. So he's clumsy, flimsy, and very quick to tire, so a lot of willpower, good intuition. Can't be bothered with frantic, fast-paced living, and can't handle stress. Sounds like me, to be honest. Alright, proficient mason. We're going to need a lot of masons if we're building above ground. I have learned this. I know my last above ground fortress did not go very well. Rarely sick and strong and quite clumsy. Yeah, I don't know. We're just making people masons. I was just thinking maybe I could start with a soldier as well, but I don't know. We shouldn't have too much of a trouble there. But yeah, the thing that I learned with my last above ground fortress is not to build things out of bloody wood. That's really the way to go about things. A deep well of patience and a sharp intellect. That sounds good. Slow to tire and agile, slow to heal. Poor creativity. Well, sort of the mason, I guess. And yeah, because we don't really need a woodcutter or a farmer or anything, so I mean we're going to have a miner. They can just be a novice miner, I suppose. And we'll make them our broker as well. Or about a record keeper as well. I suppose we could. They'll just be like Well, I think, does it pick the guy at the top of the list to be the expedition leader? I can't remember. But, yeah, what is it? Negotiator. Let's make them a bit of a negotiator as well. Because they can be our trading person, but also our manager and bookkeeper. We might replace them eventually in those roles. We probably will, but alright, so that's 5 points spent on you. I've got 3 masons so far, haven't I? So let's have a look at this person. Rarely sick and strong, quite clumsy and slow to heal. Do you like stuff? You like cows for their haunting moos. I'm always amused by that. Right. You can be another mason then. I mean, if I see somebody who's got like perfect combat stats, I'll just make them a soldier, but rarely sick and quick to heal, but he's weak. Okay, you detest rats. It's not a quick taker. Quick taker? Risk taker. Strives for excellence. Blows his breath out when he's annoyed. Sorry, I'm just reading these random descriptions. So, we will need one of these masons to be an architect at least. Possibly, well, no, it doesn't matter. You don't need architect skill. It's pretty pointless actually. So I did pick one miner, didn't I? I suppose we could take 2. That would be useful. And yeah, we want a weaponsmith actually more than anything. Because yeah, if that metal, I mean, there's a shallow metal, there's a good chance it'll be weapons grade metal. But I mean, hopefully it is. It might not be, but yeah, we'll make them the armor smith as well. All of these things. Well, not the furnace operator. I'll get somebody else to be the furnace operator. So you're a miner, and what about metal crafting? I don't know. No, that's not very useful, to be honest. It's like making jugs and stuff. We can make them out of rock. I will be using rock. So what else do we need? We want something that's not really going to take up a lot of their time if they're going to be making armor and stuff. I suppose. Well, I guess we'll just leave them like that. And one more. I guess we'll have a medical dwarf, maybe? That seems like it would be useful. But we usually get those in a migrant wave, so I'm not entirely sure that would be useful. So far, I mean, I have... let's get back up to the top of the list. There we go. So far, I've got 2, 3, 4 masons, a novice miner, who is also the trader, and another mason, another miner, sorry, who's also the metal-y guy with the metals. So I'm not quite sure what else I would need, really, at this point, because I'm basically just going to be... I suppose I do need a carpenter, because we are going to make some beds, at least. We will bring some wood with us and make beds out of them. Booyah, no. I don't know. That's perhaps a gem cutter, gem setter. Yeah, I think so, because we're going to have to trade a lot of things. And I guess if we find some metal, I know there's metal there, so we will find it, but we can make those trap components, which are worth ridiculous amounts. I suppose we can always make you an animal trainer as well. Those are always useful. Soaper. What do you call a soap maker? Shouldn't I just say soap maker? Seems a bit strange. Okay, so I mean, I could put a lot more points into these guys, but we want to see the items. So yeah, we'll take the 2 picks. We'll get rid of the battle axes because they are not necessary. We'll definitely take the iron anvil. No seeds. We don't need seeds if we're not going to be planting anything. Rock nuts are seeds, aren't they? I think so. porcupine tripe, that's disgusting. Cave lobster, plump helmet. Thread, cloth, bags, and ropes. I don't know. I think. See, I could just. Yeah, I could take sand instead of bags, and you'll get the bags for free. But then, do I actually want to make anything out of glass? Because I don't think. I mean, there might be some sand there, but it's unlikely. 3 quivers, 3 buckets. Yeah, I mean, all of those things are pretty useful. That wheelbarrow costs a lot. But I mean, you can probably tell that I turned up the embark points for this world to about 2,500, so I think we're okay. But we're going to take a couple of dogs. Alright. 1 female dog, 1 male dog. I'll take a couple of cats as well. A male cat and a female cat. Because with food being scarce, it is going to be very important. And another thing, like I could take birds and just build nest boxes and just have an absolute crap load of eggs. But again, that just negates the challenge of playing on a glacier. So I'm just kind of saying that, like, crops freeze even underground, and eggs freeze, and animals freeze unless they're furry, like cats and dogs. But yeah, migrants will bring animals, so I mean we'll think about what to do with those at some point. Because I mean, there's nowhere for them to graze on a glacier, so they will just have to be instantly butchered. And if anybody brings a grazing animal as a pet, then they're just stupid. So they deserve to have their pet die. So we're going to turn the drinks up to 100 and all these foods up to, let's say, 40. They're very, very cheap. They're only costing 2 things. So that's okay. I mean, the dwarves, they eat 4 times a season, so that's enough for like 10 meals there, I guess. I guess they only need to eat like 1 thing, it doesn't really matter which. So, I mean, that's more than enough really for the first year. It should be anyway. I mean, the problem with the rum actually is it's all going to be, well, I don't know, it might be in separate barrels, but I'm going to turn that down again and bring other drinks so that they're separate barrels, because oh, I want new item, wine, dwarven wine. Yep, we'll bring one of those. Because yeah, they kind of grab the barrel and then just don't drop it ever. So let's bring some beer as well. That'll be cool. Alright, there's plenty of points being spent on this, but it will be worth it when they don't starve to death. And we'll bring wood. No. Log. That's what I'm looking for. Let's bring... Can we see featherwood logs? No? Oh, that's unfortunate. Those are nice and light, but I guess willow logs? Whatever. So we'll bring quite a lot of these. I guess 40? That'll probably be enough for a start anyway. I won't need to bring any rock, I don't think. There's no aquifer, so we should just be able to dig through the ice and just find rock underneath it. Because we can't build like doors and stuff out of ice. We can build the walls, but we can't build doors and stuff, so I will need rock. So yeah, what else would we need? Right, I know what I wanted to bring. Bituminous coal. Yeah, we'll just bring a crap load of that. Because it's as cheap as raw stone, so I might as well. And we get 8 bars of coke for each one of those that are smelted. I think it is anyway. Or maybe it's 4? I'm not sure, but it's more than 1 anyway. So that would be enough to really kickstart a metalworking thing. But I also do want to bring 1 bar of coke, because, it'd be like a chicken and the egg thing. You wouldn't be able to smelt the first bituminous coal to get the coke, so we'll bring 1 coke. And that should get that started. So we've got 2 picks. I suppose I should bring some kind of weapon with me. I mean, the picks are pretty good weapons anyway, but I don't like to have my miners in the military, because it gets them all confused. Right, I'm trying to think what else I would possibly need. Ammo. Could bring some bolts. They're quite expensive, but... cloth. Metal bars. Sand. I suppose I could bring some sand. It is very cheap, and it does give you free bags as well. Clay, trap components. Good God, they cost a lot. 660 for an iron axe blade. Whoa. Yeah, they are ridiculous. Armor, headwear, shields, cheeses. I could bring some gypsum plaster with me. But again, I mean, I could probably trade for that. So, crafts, toys, cages. And yeah, another thing I was thinking about as well is not using cage traps. I'm not sure about that. I may change my mind. But, let's just bring some lye with us. It's cheap, and we can get some soap made if we ever butcher anything. But, yeah, we can use weapon traps if we find lots of metal, which I'm hoping that we will. And, yeah, just hope that that is really enough. So let's bring some different fish with us. If we bring some pond turtle, we'll be able to... excuse me. We'll be able to make stuff out of the shells. And we can even make some pearl ash for some nice glass things if we ever do find sand, which I don't think we will. Right, so luckily our civilization seems to have access to iron, so we've got an iron anvil, which is always nice. Right, let's go back to the dwarves, and so I just got crap loads of points. I really shouldn't have turned them up so high, really. I suppose we can make our miners a bit better. That'll make them faster. There's one. So there we go. Proficient. And we'll turn up our carpenter to proficient as well. Might as well use these points, but I guess that I don't really... I mean, you don't really need this many points. Like, I could just give myself a crap load more items, but... or even some more animals, but again, it's really not necessary. So... well, I guess let's just give ourselves some more things, some more bags and stuff. Quivers aren't really... Anybody who arrives with Mark's Dwarf skill just seems to bring their own quiver with them. Oh, there we go, we've run out of points now. Yeah, let's bring... Can I bring an extra wheelbarrow? No. Okay. Let's bring those quivers then. So, let's look at the fortress name. Arrow Masters? Not really liking that. Arrows, dwarves, guild kings, standard tone. Yeah, I want to pick a half-decent name. Boulderland. Worship Copper. Sculpted Boat. Lever Gleams. Dagger Post. I quite like that. I have to be able to pronounce the dwarven name, though, I suppose. Euristiteb. Euristiteb. So that's what Eurist means. Berashaw. Quite like that. Earthen Webs. Konos Sleems. I don't know. Plains Gilt. Deep Granite. I quite like that. Thololock. Thololock. Well, whatever. We'll call it Thololock. I just no. I'm sorry, I can't. That's just the silliest name, and it's annoying to pronounce. Logan, come on. Helm floors. Zondakost. Yeah, I like that. We're gonna call it Zondakost. There you go. Helm floors. It makes absolutely no sense, but we're done with the name. So we're gonna click embark and end this video. This is just a preview video showing off the embark, and I'm sure it was incredibly thrilling. So let's see what it says here anyway. Your party of 7 is to make an outpost for the glory of all letters missing. There are almost no supplies left. Actually, there's bloody tons of supplies. I just brought a crap load of stuff. Whether by boot, plough, hook, provide for your dwarves. Expecting a supply caravan. I just wanted to see... there we go. Where the polar bears get hungry. That's what I was looking for. So we can expect to see polar bears. That's actually a little bit frightening. But strike the earth in the next episode. So is it going to crash? Right, I think it's saving actually. I went into the init files and told it to save after I've gone through the embark stuff. Because it would be annoying if the game crashed there and lost all of my settings. But I do want the place to pop up before I end the video to get a little tantalizing glimpse of what it is that awaits me. Plus I do actually have to go out now, so I need to turn the game off. Please hurry up. Hey, there we go. So yeah, ice. Lots and lots of ice. And a bit of stone up there, but mostly ice. Yes. Wow. Okay. That is an extremely barren landscape, and you can watch me attempt to turn it into somewhere livable for these 7 dwarfs and whoever may follow them in the next series of Dwarf Fortress. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.